Yo. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kenny, as you see on the screen. It's my main man, Skips, man. We're back up in the building. We're here on the interwebs. We're talking to y'all about fear does not exist on this podcast, does it? Because it's Cobra Kai, never dies. Motherfucking Cinco. I'm talking about Cobra Kai, man.
Dude.
Let's go, man. Season 5. As y'all can see, huge fan of the show right here, man. We've loved the show ever since the very beginning of the thing. I have loved it, man. You have loved it. It's great stuff. And we're both Karate Kid fans as well. If you haven't joined us before for our other review, we did cover Season 4. Was that last year or early this year? Last year?
I think it was around last year.
I think it was last year, y'all. Time doesn't exist anymore after the pandemonium. But yeah, I think it was last year, Season 4. Me and my boy DCW, we did the review for that one, and we have watched the previous seasons. And I think whenever Season 6 does get announced, I think we will kind of maybe circle back and do some revisit reviews for those first 3 seasons, man. You know, prep our minds and kind of do a good little rewatch. I think we're gonna do that on the channel in the near future, whenever the hell that is. But we have seen the whole show. We love the show. I own the Karate Kid films right there on that shelf. I got the 3 collection, man. And I have seen the next Karate Kid. Shout outs to Hilary Swank. We love you too. And all that stuff, man. But with no further ado, my friend, let the people know, what did you think about Cobra Kai Season 5 overall, my man?
Season 5 is very enjoyable. It was
for sure
amazing to see some characters get developed like a lot further, like Chosen.
Oh yeah,
like he became my favorite. Like
MVP of this season, hands down for me. Chosen.
Yeah, and then we get introduced to some new characters as well, and some OG characters from back in the day, like Karate Kid 3, Bucky,
like crazy man. The bad boy karate's back.
Yeah, dude. Like it was cool to see him come back with Barnes. He's like a normal guy, you know.
I love that
on,
too.
Doing his thing, and he kind of recognizes like the mistakes he made when he was dealing with Danny, pretty much back when he was a youngster.
Yeah,
so it was cool seeing like characters, a lot of characters reappearance, has some development over time because obviously it's been like such a long time in between. The fighting scenes I enjoyed a lot. Man. I thought it was pretty well done, and like a lot of the cast within the show, they do like a lot of it on their own, right? Like they pretty much just work on it like the day previously beforehand doing their shoots, and then they execute it.
Yeah, especially this deep into the series. Yeah, a lot of the younger cast and some of the older cast as well, obviously, are very well skilled and well versed. Like the kid that I'm forgetting his name right now. I'll pull it up in a second here. I got my phone here, but the young man that plays Hawk. He actually is a martial artist. He was already doing it a little bit. Don't know how far he was along in it, but he was already training. The girl that plays Mary Mauser, I believe, is the girl that plays Sam. She's been doing a lot more of the scenes as well in this last season. Like the one where she was fighting herself, you could really tell it was really her doing all that choreography. So that was really cool to see.
Jesus,
Jacob Bertrand. There you go. That's Hawk right there. Eli Moskowitz, of course. But yeah, he does a lot of it. He was already a martial artist. Obviously, Ralph Macchio, a.k.a. Daniel's son, has been doing it for a minute on and off. He hasn't, I don't think he trained in between, but he did the Karate Kid movie. So obviously he has experience. William Zabka, same thing. I don't know if you knew, but Martin Kove, who plays Kreese, he's a martial artist for decades.
Yeah,
he was, even when he did the originals.
Yeah, I think remember like behind the scenes, they kind of mentioned something like that, right?
And our man, probably the baddest of them all, really, other than Chosen, Terry motherfucking Silver, Thomas Ian Griffith. That motherfucker's a bad motherfucker. He's been doing it for a long, long time. He's really bad. The sword shit, he did all of it.
Dude,
he does
that's
all
insane,
of it.
Bro.
Commas, everything. Yeah, he's super well versed.
I can see that, dude. That guy has fucking long ass legs, bro. Like he can just like
he's
do
perfect for
no
this
problem.
kind of shit. Real talk, yeah. Like he really is huge, man. But yeah, he's a super cool dude, like really cool actor. I've been seeing some interviews and things behind the scenes. But yeah, man, him and Chosen, I got to get that guy's name, man. I have to get his name. I got to put some respect on that name for the actor. Yuji Akumoto is who plays Chosen. He does a lot of the stuff as well. Did it back in the day with Karate Kid 2, one of my favorite sequels of all time. Yeah, man. So really cool to see that. But yeah, everyone was really kicking ass with the choreography, man. Really, really good. Peyton List.
Yeah.
My main man, Jolo Mataduena, he's been doing really well. Seems like he gets better every season. The kid that plays Robbie, not even that much younger than this. What am I talking about?
He's like they're
Tanner
like
Buchanan. He's really good, man. I really like. He's really really good. I really like Tanner Buchanan. I think he might be one of the most skilled out of the young cast. Him and probably Jacob. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those. I think the Jacob, you said, who played Hawk, and Tanner, who played Robbie. I think they said like those two are like pretty much like the ones like up par with skill wise when it comes to karate.
Yep.
From what I've been reading about, so it makes sense. I think within this season, I feel like at times though they kind of got like a little bit ridiculous. Like with certain scenes. I remember like thinking like looking at this season, and I looked at season 1. I'm like, holy shit!
It's so different, man.
I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like Karate Kid 1 to 3. It's exactly the same shit. They did the same like thing, which is kind of funny. They did like the same progression of the over the topness. And the one thing that you could give a little bit of a pass, they are more skilled because they've trained for a few years, so you can kind of get away with it now. Where in season 2, I'm like, what the fuck? Aren't you like Orange Belt, dude? Like,
yeah,
you just jumped off a tree like Naruto.
Yeah, it's like you gotta calm down a little bit, bro.
But this season definitely over the top. Like especially the finale, man. But it's like, it's the right level of it though, because for me, it's like the character development and the storytelling's always there, so it can get over the top. You know what I'm saying? And they don't do shit that's like so crazy. Like he doesn't throw someone off a roof or something. So they don't go like Fast and Furious with it. It is almost like that now compared to 1, but it's not.
It's pushing its limit. That's what it's pretty much doing to like see how much they can get away with the insanity going on like that. Like when I thought about that, like when I watched it the first time, like towards the season finale for the episode, and they were just all like the stuff going on in freaking crazy. Silver's house. Like I thought fucking Chosen got slashed. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? They just killed off fucking Chosen. He ends up living. I'm like, of course, yeah. I'm like, I thought they were.
Me too. I was like, damn, Cobra Kai just got real, bro.
Yeah, just fucking killed. I'm like, dude, these guys gotta chill. And then going back to like the dojo of
oh my god.
Cobra Kai and all that shit going on. I'm like, dude, where the fuck's the police?
Yo,
I'm like,
hold on, man.
I'm like, this is just insane of like what they're what they're doing. Like even the freaking dojo master. What was her character's name?
Oh, I gotta try to pull that, dude. But that chick is crazy, man. Oh, what is her name?
Kim Dae-eun.
Yeah, Kim Dae-eun.
Kim Dae-eun, yeah, like when she showed up, I'm like, I thought she's gonna be the responsible one. I'm like, oh wait, no, she's fucking beating ass. Worse. She's like going for throats, pretty much. I'm like, God. Jesus Christ,
hit this brick person, which was straight out of Karate Kid 3, where Daniel had to hit the board, like the actual wooden boards. I was like, this bitch has a concrete slab on there.
Yeah,
what?
And then like you see, and it was happened with Tori, and then Tori's like hand was just all bloodied up, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
This bitch should be in jail.
Yeah,
everyone should be in jail.
It's
what
like,
is happening?
It's like they just disappear that night, or what the fuck? There's no noise complaints.
What? God damn.
This ain't in the mountains. This is like out in the freaking within the city.
Valley.
It's in the fucking.
What's happening here? Oh my God.
But besides that, I'm just like, okay, it was still cool to see. I thought it was awesome to see like a lot of the fight scenes going on within the background, the characters having their moments. Yeah, I thought it was great. It's overall, but it was great. It was a great watch. I always enjoy watching like the Cobra Kai like seasons like overall. I'm always looking forward to it. I think I talked to you about it. I had like a lot of school stuff going on. I like been wanting to watch it like the day it was released. I had to wait like at least a couple of days for me to actually watch the season. So it was I'm always anticipating for like the new season dropping.
Hell yeah, man. I'm on the same boat with you, brother. I loved this motherfucking season, dude. I'm telling you, man. It might be the best. It's just it just hit the gas pedal and never stopped, man. Like, honestly, like I remember in the first 2 episodes, I was like, this is fucking incredible. What's going on here? How are you making this shit? How are you getting better and better, guys? How are you doing this? And then episode 3, I remember we hit a little bit of a rough patch for just a second. Because I was like, oh, no, we're doing the Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do. Didn't we settle this shit already? For a second. I was like, oh, no, don't repeat this stuff. And then Miguel and Robbie having an issue. But then the writer said, calm your ass down, dude, because Johnny came in and said, okay, I'm gonna have you guys do these activities and try to get together and be buddies. That didn't work. Okay, fuck that. I'm done with this shit. You two are gonna fight to the death almost essentially right now. You're gonna fight until you guys are out of commission. Do it right now. And he's like, just get it over with. And after this, I don't want to hear shit else. Do it now. And I was like, thank you. I was like, that is exactly what they needed, and that's exactly the way it should have went. Just a brawl, no holds barred. And I love the moment with Robbie almost getting thrown over the shit. Miguel could have just threw his ass.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's great storytelling, man.
Yeah. It's another thing too. I want how is Miguel still be able to perform like on his top? It seems like without all that.
Yeah, for real.
It's fine. I feel like they forgot about that. That was like the one thing I was like, okay, so what the fuck happened to his bag? That's like a huge.
I know because he
thing.
threw it out when he was in the tournament, and then all of a sudden he goes to Mexico. He's good though.
All of a sudden, like the water, like the water there is great. I guess I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, okay, but I guess he kind of needed to like progress the story a little bit more.
Yeah, they just wanted to get him in the mix. I understand, but it's like just those little details. You know what I'm saying? When you start analyzing it, for sure. But that's one thing you definitely could point out a mixed element for sure. Just depends on the people watching. Your mileage can vary depending on how hyper analytical you are. Like someone like my dad, he'd be like, "What the fuck? I'm done with this." Did he just jump off a tree? I'm out of here.
Yeah, like, he's gone. He's deuces,
Did you see these kids fighting in the hallway? And they're beating and the teachers ain't doing shit. My dad would have lost his shit. It'd be funny as hell. At least the dojo, they were in the dojo. I was like, God damn, that shit's crazy. But
I think it's the same thing with my pops too. Yeah.
So he's like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, dude, like this season's just so electric, man. I love everything that they did with Daniel and Amanda's relationship.
Oh yeah,
spot on, man. I'm like, yep, Amanda has a right to be pissed off at this point. She's not being the bitchy wife because Daniel is going too far. Daniel is losing sight of people needing to be safe and going too far. Because Terry Silver was giving him a way out, bro. He did actually, he did the classy move and said, hey, man, I ain't going to fuck with you if you don't fuck with me, man. Honestly. Like, I ain't going to fuck with you, man. But so Daniel kind of brought a little bit of it on himself. You know what I'm saying? And him and Chosen just went hardcore. And with Chosen's background, he's all in. So
yeah, he's like,
fuck these dudes. I don't like these unhonorable motherfuckers. And I love the whole thing where they went full on Andor with the shit and sent him in as the sensei to try to be at the Miyagi-Do and shit. We'll get more into that when we get into the characters. But goddamn, that was brilliant stuff.
Yeah,
I love that. And then Terry Silver was on to him once he brought him to that house. Oh, god damn, it was so good.
Yeah, he played him like Terry Silver. He played him like a fiddle. Like he really
everybody,
knows,
man.
He knows what's going on. I think that's what makes him like a great villain too.
Yep.
I think that's why like he knows like it's like kind of like he was treating Daniel as like pretty much kind of like Karate Kid 3 and manipulate him in a way within an adult setting. And I thought I'm like all right, cool. I'm like this is cool to see. And you kind of see Daniel kind of just like he's just like out of character. Like it got to the point where he realized it when he talked to Johnny.
Yup.
He was like, yo, man, we got to get back at him. Johnny's like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, we're done. We lost it. Like
we lost fair and square, bro. Like,
yeah, it's
what
like,
are you doing?
I kind of had to move. We kind of had to move on. Like I got a kid on the way. You're coming in here like all fucking
trying to fight me and shit.
Yeah, trying to fight me.
In the middle of the afternoon.
I'm like, dude, I cleaned my freaking place already. I don't want to get this all fucked up and bloody. It's like, at that moment,
Daniel's like, damn, if Johnny Lawrence thinks I'm off the rails, fuck.
Yeah, it's like I'm really in trouble here. And then that's when you kind of see that with Daniel, like he catches himself. But that's when Silver kind of comes back and he was like, yo, you coming at me? I'm coming back at you now, even full force, and you're not gonna enjoy it.
Oh, you want to surrender? Give me that PS5, bitch. Yeah, oh man,
the PS5 was sold out so much. They had.
I know, Daniel. What the hell, man? We're gonna give you the hookups, Daniel's son. But, so much great stuff, and the Jessica Andrews tie-in, man. Jessica Andrews from Karate Kid 3, Daniel's potential love interest turned platonic friend. Great lady, of course. Loved that tie-in. Just to get into that character, just real quick. Right. I love the way that she's actually Amanda's cousin. Back in Columbus, Ohio, so they kept all that continuity right there. And she introduced Daniel to her because she's like, oh, I'm already going to get back with my boyfriend, but Amanda would love this guy. This guy's great. He'd be a great thing for my cousin. You know, the blind date thing. I was like, oh, that's so dope. That's like just real life. You know what I mean? So I love the way they wrote that and the way that it tied in. And it made sense for her to go and reconnect with her. And it's somebody that dealt with Cobra Kai in the past and saw exactly what they're capable of. So she knows, like, dude, I still have nightmares about it. I still have trauma. So she's like, damn, okay. If Robin wasn't even fighting these dudes and still has trauma, I can understand now. So she kind of forgave Daniel and said, hey, you're being a little cuckoo bananas, but I understand why now. So let's try to get together. Let's come up with a plan and let's be on the same page. And I was like, thank you. This is good. Like romantic storytelling and mixing in those elements. I'm like, see, this is why Cobra Kai soap opera elements work so well with the show. because they bring it all full circle in a sense of what makes sense for Karate Kid. It doesn't feel out of place. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree with you there. I thought it was a nice, like how you mentioned, like the nice tie-in throughout like Karate Kid 3 to like kind of a little bit further down the line to introduce Amanda, how they both met and stuff like that. And then like going back to like the town where Amanda grew up in, and then having them like deal with like what she kind of has, because she kind of has that issue too, kind of like that anger management type of situation where she always goes berserk with like the background story where she destroys some like her teacher's car or something like that, right?
Yeah, like she had that bad streak in her younger years too, and I like the whole thing with the stupid bullies and shit. I forgot what the nickname was they gave her, but I love that whole scene, and they end up getting in a fight, and Jessica's like, dude, we just fought people for no reason. Give Daniel a break, okay?
She was lucky Sam was there, because Sam was pretty much just like,
dude, I love the way she did that.
I loved how it was like a quick kick, and then like they're like, oh fuck it, we're not gonna fucking fight him.
That's what the front kick is all about, dude. I love the way she just, bitch, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I was like, hell yeah, that's what's up. And I love the way that panned out. They didn't try to keep fighting him like some stupid movie or other show would have tried to do. So like, that makes total sense, because don't fuck with her, man. She just sent this bitch flying across the room.
Yeah, at that point, you're just like, I don't want to get mixed up with that. You know what? That's on her.
Never
she
mind.
Wants to start to shit.
And it was so funny. She's moving her brother out the way and shit. I was like, this is funny. But yeah, man. And but yeah, so much great stuff with the season, and the way that it wraps up and the end there with the big setup for next season and for the future of Cobra Kai with the I think it's Setai Ikai is what I'm going to go with for that big tournament, the worldwide martial arts tournament. Pretty much the real life version of like the Tenkaichi World Tournament in Dragon Ball or something like that. I'm fuck yeah. You know me, dog. I love tournaments, man. And if for the audience out there, if y'all don't know my personal taste because you're new here, I love tournaments and anything and everything. So the fact that they're going into another tournament, but it's a worldwide tournament, is going to be fucking sick. And you're going to get all that classic Asian cinema influence probably in the next season too. You know what I mean? Being in Asia, I think is going to be fucking sick, man. I love the way that they set that up at the end. And I like the guy that works with the company where he's all, Rocky IV, I get it. It changed my life.
Yeah.
I love that. Him and Johnny, like, oh, that's great. Because that's what happens with film fans and nerds and stuff, man. Like, you connect over the things that you love, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about here at Fandom Frequency. So I love that you get to see that cool vibe out there. And I love the way that they had so much organic storytelling this season. I feel like sometimes in seasons 2 and 3 mostly, it was a lot of contrivances sometimes to kind of have people kind of arguing with each other at points and things of that nature. I thought season 1, like they set up the initial thing so well, where 2 and 3 at times got a little bumpy in those moments. And I think 4 kind of corrected it and had, okay, y'all got this beef, we gonna settle it. So I think it kind of made sense there. And in this season, I like that Peyton List as Trish, or as what did I just say? Trish.
You said Peyton
List,
Peyton
yes.
List.
Yeah, I don't know why I just said that. Tori. I don't know why I said Trish. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But Tori, I loved everything that went on with her this season and stuff, and the way that they developed her character so much. Sam, she's finally stopped being as bitchy and all these different things. I like how every character was really getting an arc or something to do and had a place in this story, and they didn't have to contrive too much of stuff. It all felt organic. Mikey Barnes, you just burned my fucking building down, bitch. I'm coming after you. He hijacks the limo because he finally tracks down where Johnny and them are at. I love that. The bad boy in him's coming out again.
Bad boy karate.
You know
I loved how like Johnny still poked fun at him for it. He's like, oh, you're such a bad boy karate. Okay, you want to go on that one-on-one.
I wanted to see that fight, dog. I still want to see that.
That's something like I wanted to see. I'm like, those are 2 original Cobra Kais back in the day.
Man. Happy they got to meet and stuff, so that's still awesome. But I just wish we could have saw that little brawl for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I loved all that, and just the way that they put everything together this season is just so well written. Terry Silver's in jail now, or going to jail. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. Homie Rich, you know how that goes. Corruption, my friend.
He's gonna get out.
I think he's gonna get out. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's getting out season 6. You gonna have Thomas Ian Griffith and not use him again? I think that'd be kind of crazy. But who knows? Never know. He might Hannibal Lecter this thing. You never know. But yeah, man. But getting into some of like the kind of just like some of the characters and kind of getting into some of our favorite moments and things with them. Johnny and Daniel, man, I loved everything with them this season. Johnny embracing being a father, embracing being a mature adult, and kind of changing up his life and being like, you know what? I hate this job. I hate working for other people and having to do a bunch of bullshit I don't want to do. But I got to do it for my kid. I got to do it for them. So I loved that. I loved the maturity and how he kind of was like skittish at first for a minute, like, oh no. And I was like, oh no, Johnny, don't run away again, dude. Don't do it again. And I love the way that he didn't do it. And I love how him and Robbie have finally come together and have an understanding. And I love the way that he approaches it. He's like, I fucked up. I totally understand it. And Robbie's starting to kind of soften up and kind of give him a chance and see the growth that his dad has put in and see the change that he's done. And the whole thing with the wife coming back in, the mom, I liked that. She's doing good. Her and Johnny have come to an understanding and things of that nature. So I loved all of the stuff with Johnny, and I love the stuff with Daniel. It's like the opposite. He was almost going down the dark path again, like Karate Kid 3. And he was just going into his anger and letting his emotions get the best of him. And also, like you mentioned earlier, getting manipulated by Terry, just playing the motherfucker like a fiddle, man.
Easily throughout the auction and shit,
man.
dude. Like
I was like, damn, bro.
Like Silver was even playing like around with Amanda as well to try have Amanda be used against him as throughout the,
like,
the auction
that
scene. I thought that was.
Man.
I always liked that. I thought that's what made Silver kind of like pretty deadly when it comes to as a villain. Because he can just like pull the strings, and like he always mentions to Daniel, he's like, all I have to do is wind you up a little bit, and you just create your own destruction. Yep. And that's why I thought it was pretty cool to see Daniel's side of it as well. Even with Johnny's side, I thought it was like when he finally realized he's gonna become a father and he does freak out, and it's like you mentioned, like he started maturing up, started cleaning up his act a lot more.
Love that.
And he was like how you mentioned he was still on the fence. Like he really kind of like grew into that, like, okay, I gotta do what I gotta do even if I don't like it. When he talked to the pawn shop guy, like he's frequently talked to throughout like a little bit throughout the seasons. And
he's
like,
always, it's almost like a check-in, almost like a therapist check-in or some shit. Like he's always like that little checkpoint. Where's Johnny at now? And he always gives him like a lesson or like a thing to think about. And I like that kind of thing. It's almost like his Miyagi in a sense.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah, and it's cool to see that as well. Seeing like Johnny's like, okay, well, I gotta do what I gotta do, and then you kind of see him doing all that, like the Uber, the DoorDash, and he like, but it's him doing that is funny because like he's like not tech savvy at all.
So
like,
funny, man. It smells like beer. That's because there is beer in the car, asshole.
Yeah, and they're giving him 1 stars nonstop. I'm like, Jesus fuck. I'm like, it goes with his character because like it's not him. It's not him whatsoever. So I'm like, all right, cool. We kind of see that scene.
Oh, it's you? All right, get in. Hurry up.
It's like, hurry up and get in here. Like, I gotta pick somebody up.
Oh, could you put on Billie Eilish? No. Turns up his fucking Scorpion or whatever.
Oh, no. They're like, I remember that. He's like, Billie Eilish? Oh, yeah, I got you. He pulls up Billie
Idol. Billie Idol, right.
Yeah, then he throws it in there. And then, like, that was like a whole other thing. I was like, like, those scenes is always greatly appreciated. Like, I love them. So that's why, like, you see, like, him kind of, like, really to make that change. And you see, like, that comedic scenes throughout the time to beautifully, like, blend it together. And you see that development there. And then Daniel, like, going back to Daniel with him and dealing with that more of that, like, dark side of him dealing with Terry Silver. Everyone kind of, like, telling him.
Your anger.
Pretty much.
Son.
Pretty much. And you see Daniel in that more of that serious tone, like what we see in Karate Kid 3.
Totally he ain't no happy-go-lucky dude in this one.
Yeah, and that's when he's officially defeated, when he fights with Terry Silver back at, I guess, in that apartment, trying to get back that PS4.
Yeah, fucking Scorpion, you motherfucker, you.
Yeah, and then he gets bodied by Terry Silver. Oh, Stingray? Yeah, like
pad,
yeah, it's like Stingray's pad in this sense, and he gets bodied, and then when he gets beat up, that's when it was kind of that awakening, like, oh fuck, like Terry Silver isn't technically done, like he's like going after.
Oh god, dude, he's so strong. What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
I need some help. And then Chosen's like, man, we gotta get this motherfucker, man, and we gonna move right along. To my boy, the MVP of the season, Chosen, man. From the second they teased his return at the end of season 4, when they were at Miyagi's grave and everything, and his headstone, they're like, all right, you willing to go in with me, man? You're going to take Cobra Kai down? He's like, yes. Then I was like, we shall do it. And I was like, fuck yeah. This guy, man, where has Uramoki been? Where has he been? This guy should be in everything. He was so funny. He was so charming. He was so badass at the same time. And like, everything. He was just nailing every scene. He was better than Johnny at points, and Johnny's like the funniest part of the show. And he was like outmaneuvering him in every way possible, killing it with the action scenes, man. And I love the stuff with him and the or wherever the girl was that he fell in love with back in Okinawa. I loved that, and Yeah, Kimiko, thank you. And he calls her on the phone, leaves her the message like, oh shit, maybe I said too much. All right, whatever.
Oh
bye.
yeah, when they're
You know?
out of the bar, yeah.
I
thought
love
that was a cool little add-on that he had for him too. I always thought like
So I thought they
those two for
grounded
sure
his
would have
character
it.
and not just the martial arts and the badass. I liked that they gave him some more depth to his character and gave him that honor and things like that. And I loved how he was like, "No, this is about honor. I was so dishonorable. Like I'm gonna hold up that shit to the day I die. Now I'm gonna be
Right,
like the
when he was
poster
younger.
boy for honor. You know what I'm saying? I loved that. And him infiltrating Cobra Kai for that short while within the first 4 or 5 episodes, I fucking loved that. It was
Oh, for
so
sure.
brilliant for the show. You know they're pulling on that Star Wars shit. You know they are because these
Yeah.
guys that write the show and do and direct the show and everything and show run it. They love Star Wars to death, and you get all those vibes even in the music sometimes with the fighting and everything. And
Right.
they really were pulling on that thing where he just, he got his gi and he's going to do the Cobra Kai shit. He's talking to Tori. Man, I love it. And he had it going until he said, "Aye," and they don't do that over there. So he fucked up.
Yeah, within the
And I love the way
toast,
Terry
right?
Silver, yeah, because it's his intelligence, and I love the way Terry Silver can like figure things out. It is not contrived. It's
Yeah.
because he knows stuff. He wouldn't have if he didn't know that. He wouldn't have caught it. And Chosen can't know what he knows. So that's why I love the way they wrote the show. He's well read. You know what I mean? And the guy in real life is well read. So I think I like the way that they portray that in the character, and it really comes through so well. And yeah, man, like Yuri Okamoto, you're the fucking man. I loved him even in the second Karate Kid. Obviously, he's the villain. I even think he was a great actor then. But
Right.
just getting to see all these different shades to the character, like I can't wait for next season just to see him, man. Like literally.
I think he did extremely well this season. Just
did.
like his
Standout.
his little mannerisms throughout the show, just like him going with Daniel to Barnes' like little furniture store, and him just like even though Daniel told him to stay in the freaking car, he like wiped out like all the workmen there. They're all beat up. He has like the little like joke within the lines like, "Oh, you got to call the ambulance," and this is like it's like not what it seems to be. And then that's when you go back, you see everybody lay the fuck out because he wiped them across the floor. Makes little jokes to them still when he buys the couch that he enjoys. When he was in the store itself, and he's all saying, "Don't get the fucking blood on the couch. That's like $2,000."
Coach.
Yeah, it's like $2,000. Don't dirty it up.
It's
I'm
fucking
like,
great. I
like little
love this
things
guy.
like that. Like I thought it was cool to see them bring that type of humor out of the character, and I
Oh
thought
yeah,
it was
man.
a great.
I
thing
love
to
how he
see.
had the scythes all the time. Like, no, dude, put those away.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, dude, calm down, bro.
yeah,
like,
we're not there yet. That's Plan B.
That's
Hold
like,
on.
yeah, and then like he still came prepared by like this.
Oh, yeah, he was ready.
Like at least has that.
We're gonna get into that right now, and then we're gonna transfer into Terry Silver.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, holy shit. That
Yeah.
was the coolest shit ever.
Huge.
goddamn. That was John Wick level dope shit, man. That was.
Oh yeah, like when him and Terry Silver were fighting, even
Sick.
like when
I
Terry
love sword
Silver had
fighting
a
as well.
sword. Yeah, and then him using the scythes like that, and like still trying to like have his way. Because I would imagine it would be pretty hard to maneuver around somebody
fuck yeah.
with a sword like that, who has like long, like pretty much.
Yeah.
He's a lot more of a larger frame of a person, and then like as well as like he has like long ass legs, long ass arms, so
real,
he
dude.
has the distance there. So seeing Chosen be able to overcome that and still somewhat at the time be able to come out on top until like he got slashed in the back by something
Yeah,
like
man. And
that.
I remember in the moment, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I literally said fatality.
Yeah, like
that shit was great.
He was done, but I see Chosen kind of like that. Mr.
He
Miyagi
is like a
2.0.
new Miyagi now.
Yeah,
He is kind of.
He's pretty much like that, like kind of like that. This generation's Miyagi, the Miyagi in the sense.
Yeah,
So,
that Eastern wisdom, that philosophy from the East. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a big fan of different things in the philosophies of their culture and things of that nature. So I love the way that they bring that into Cobra Kai, man. But they did it right, and they didn't force it, man. But yeah, Terry Silver, dude, I knew he was gonna kill it. He killed it again. He was
Oh,
great even
yeah.
in Karate Kid 3, which isn't even like the dopest movie of all time or anything. I love Thomas Ian Griffith in this character. Gosh, man, I wish like he could have been in here earlier somehow, but it all made sense in the end when he came in. I love it, man. Just everything this season, dude. Just getting to see him just be the villain and play and just play everybody, man, and play him against him. But he never got so over villainous that you couldn't like be charmed by him at the same time. So I love how they maintain that aspect with the character and just the way he's always a step ahead. He's always kicking ass, taking names. I really, really love it. And I love how he shows that softer side of the character to Tori and trying to make her that champion. And I love that and the way he brings in the senseis. And that's where some of the ridiculous elements do come in with Mr. Eye Patch over there.
Yeah, when I seen the Eye Patch guy,
I was like, is this Mortal Kombat
dude,
Annihilation?
I'm like, calm the fuck down,
Yeah,
dude. This
like,
ain't Mortal Kombat.
What's going on
This
here?
ain't anything that serious, bro. I mean, if you're gonna give somebody Eye Patch, at least give it like an older sensei or something like that, not some young cat who's like fully functional and shit like that. When I seen him like a Eye Patch guy coming out, I'm like, all right, this is getting on that. It's getting on that level. We kind of have to pull this back.
They're pulling
a bit.
back the '80s in the '80s movie nostalgia. They're
For
really
sure.
going there.
That's what I felt too. I'm like, this is like totally '80s vibe for sure.
Yeah, which is fine because that's what the show is. So it's not like it doesn't fit with the show. So I'll say like it just depends on what you prefer in your stuff. Like mileage can vary, as they say. But yeah, man, just Terry Silver knocking it out of the park again. Thomas Ian Griffith, man, give the man an Emmy, goddammit, do it. Chosen to do it.
Yeah, like
But,
those
it's good stuff.
Terry
I
and
doubt it,
Chosen
though,
were
but-
like they were like the highlights for me, honestly. Within the season for sure.
Yeah, it's like these four guys, except I got on the screen there, except Kreese, just replace him with Chosen. That's like my four favorite characters of the season, man.
Oh, for sure. Like those four are like the ones who kind of like were like the stars pretty much within the show. I mean, each one of those characters had the development needed, and we get to see a little bit more development within both sides of the coins for each character. So I thought it was extremely cool to see a lot of development there. But I think also as well, like I wonder what they're gonna end up doing with Kreese. Like seeing him there in the background.
Breaking
I wonder
out.
what like him breaking out and him like even dealing with his own demons as well. Like him talking to the therapist and talking to like the ghosts of the past, like even seeing like young Johnny. I was like caught by it. I'm like, all right, I'm like, fuck, they like defaked like the hell out of like Johnny. I
don't know if they defaked it or not, or they just cast it brilliantly, but he looked like a young Terry that was like younger than when we seen him. Like it looked so fucking perfect. I watched Karate Kid 3 after I watched the show because it just got me thinking about it again, and I was like, damn, he looks like Terry, just a bit younger than he did in the '80s. Like,
oh no,
I'm
I'm
such
not,
a great job with
not
that.
Terry, Johnny Lord.
Oh,
you know how
Johnny.
when he was sitting in the chair and he was talking to pretty much like the therapist.
Oh,
but
right.
Within that scene, like and like he was wearing like the full outfit from the first.
Yeah,
Karate
that was
Kid.
pretty
I was
cool.
Like, fuck.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that was dope.
That was a cool like little thing that they did there, and then
Yeah.
like you see like Kreese kind of dealing with his own thing. We like throughout the time he tried to like show that he turned a new leaf, but in reality he was just
Not
trying to find a
fully,
way.
no.
Yeah,
trying to find a way out, essentially. I think I think the wheels are turning in his head a little bit, and I like that kind of every season with Kreese, ever since he came in with season 2. He's kind of like they give him like a little bit of character development, a little bit of depth, you know what I mean? But they don't take away the essence of what makes Kreese so awesome as a villain. So I love the way that they weaved in just a little bit of humanity into him, and they keep doing it in a way that I think makes sense, because he was a good dude before a certain point.
At one point,
And
for sure.
And then he just started going down and down further. And then sometimes when you're like, damn, embracing the good, the dark side's working. You know, like Anakin, like I needed the power. Fuck it, this worked. You know, so it's kind of the same kind of element going on. But getting into some of the younger cast, man, some of the big surprises for me this season, Mary Mauser as Sam. I was never a big fan of Sam as a character. I never hated her or anything, but I just thought she got kind of like bitchy a little bit, you know, and was kind of selfish with people sometimes. Like she's all like on the phone with Miguel in the beginning of the season, like, oh, how come you couldn't be there for me at the tournament? He's like, dude, I'm trying to meet my dad. I'm trying to figure out where I want to do with my life. It's bigger than karate, Sam. Like, goddamn. Like, you know your dad. I know your dad's like my dad, but I got to meet my real dad. I got to see where I come from. I got to know what the hell's going on, and why did my mom lie to me my whole life? And I loved the way that she apologized. I said, you know what, Miguel? That was totally my bad. I'm sorry for being a little bitch about that. That was so not cool to do. She's like, I don't want to necessarily be with you or anyone right now. I want to move on and do my own thing, figure out what I want for me. And I love that, because women, man, no matter in between, no matter where you are, in the identity, you need to love yourself. You need to know who you are and discover what you want in other people before you really start doing that. And if you're having that many issues, it's not obviously supposed to be working. You know, so I like the way that Sam's taking time to work on herself and improve what she's doing, focus on the karate stuff after a while once she gets some distance from it. And I loved everything with her acting as well this season. I thought they did such a great job at developing Sam and making her go through a little bit of a shift as a character. And I think it's only going to benefit Mary Mauser going into next season, and she did such a great job with the choreography and the action scenes. I think she's just going to keep stepping it up from there. And it's going to be awesome to see what they do with Sam, and I'm really, really actually kind of becoming a fan of hers now. So that was cool. Yeah, man. But were you like into Sam as much as a character before? Were you on the same page as me?
Same page as you. Like I always thought like it was kind of like she was kind of like always like was on Miguel or was always on Robbie about like
and that whole
within, like,
dynamic
the
back
whole-
and forth was like, I don't like this because I'm not hating on them two. That
Yeah.
but she's kind of playing both sides of the fence there
which kind of manipulates both Robbie and
against each other.
Miguel. Yeah, and then that's why I was like, all right, you kind of have to like chill on that, work on yourself, which you did mention that she did like a lot. Like she was having like that whole internal monologue, the whole scenery of her like really talking to like everybody that she feels like she might be letting down, and she finally realizes like, okay, so I really got to work on myself, which she like we kind of see that throughout the season, but she still has like the feelings for Miguel too, because Miguel was like I guess she was like talking to the girl, kissing her on the couch and stuff like that. She kind of got jealous and she like dipped out real fast. And I think she kind of really felt that a lot when she found like the necklace that Miguel bought her at the jewelry store.
Oh yeah, and I think they're gonna come back together by next season. I believe. I think
so.
That's where they're going, and I think Robbie and Tori is where that's going. I think that those are the kind of the couples, and I think those will kind of be where it goes. But hey, never know. You never know. But yeah, man, I loved everything with that and stuff. And going into Miguel, loved his stuff going into the whole fatherhood thing and him discovering where he comes from and him seeing like, yeah, dad's kind of an asshole. I guess mom was right.
Yeah, like he had to see it for himself. That's why he went to Mexico. Did like when he finally did meet him. At first, he thought he met his father, and it ended up being like some
really like, fucked up dude. I was happy about that.
Yeah,
because at first I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, that's gonna suck for Miguel to find out this way. But like once when the drug, he was like a kingpin or drug dealer.
Just some dealer's house.
Some dealer. Once he finds out it wasn't his actual father, and then he seen his actual father in the back of pretty much at the back of the shop. That's when he's like, oh damn, that's my dad. And he ends up telling him. You kind of see like him, like his dad having a new set of family, and everything so forth. And Miguel kind of reflects that, thinking like how it would have been if he was there with his mom and everything so forth. And they kind of had like that family, that full family that Miguel's been missing throughout the whole time.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You see a lot of development within that scene.
Definitely, but I love the whole scene with Jolo Martaduena. Excellent. This kid, man, does not. This actor, man, he doesn't get enough credit, bro. He be killing it with these emotional scenes, man. Like when he got on the phone with his mom and he was like, "You were right," and he just breaks down, bro. Like I done been there, bro. Like, I'm like, that was just raw and real right there, man. Like I was like, dude, that was fantastic performance, and I love the way that when he comes back, he's like, you know what? I do have a family. Johnny's my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do have that. I don't need a biological father to be a father. And going with Method Man and Redman quote in Clerks 3, anybody would come, can make a kid, but not anybody can be a dad. Anyone can be a father, but not everybody can be a dad. I'm like, yep. That's exactly the shit, man. Right, so I love the way that all comes around full circle with Miguel and getting to see him get back into the training and things like that, and trying to figure out where he's going to go romantically with Sam and all that stuff, the awkward things with teenage dating and just dating in general. Loved all that, man. Love this guy. Love Miguel. Love Jolo Duena. Can't wait to see him in a Blue Beetle costume in a year. It's going to be great stuff.
That's right.
Can't wait for that trailer, man. Can't wait for that trailer. But but yeah, moving on from him, man. Robbie. I loved all the stuff going on with Robbie as well. Didn't think he got as much like deep development outside of him and Johnny's relationship, but I liked what they were doing, and it made sense why Robbie was pissed in seasons 1 and 2 and 3. It made sense, man. I'd be pissed too. Fuck you. Who you? What the fuck? Where you been at? You know. But and like he said, mom may have been a drunk. She may have been a little slutty, but she fucking took care of me for the 90% of the time. She was here. Yeah, you were not. So fuck you, dude. And I was like, I love the way that it's all come full circle and it all feels earned. And him and Miguel have a newfound respect for each other. And I like that he's trying to go down that honorable path. And he said, you know what, man? Like talking to Kenny, who we're going to get into right after this. I love the way he's like, yo, Kenny, I understand where you're at, man. I get it. I used to feed into the rage to fuel my strength. But you don't need to do that. love is actually a more powerful tool if you really think about it. And that's the reason why people get into this shit, man. We're trying to protect those we love and ourselves. Don't go into it like that. And I loved everything with Robbie trying to be that, not father figure, but just be like a mentor for Kenny and show him the right way to go. And no bias because of the name, obviously, guys. But for real, I love Kenny and everything they're doing with him in this season, man. He's just full on dark side, man.
Man,
like,
he
didn't become everything he's hated, just like Hawk. And he was kicking some ass, and he does the martial arts as well, actually. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Outside of the show. Yes. So that's why he looks so good doing it too. And I loved all the stuff going on with Kenny. And I liked that he had a little bit of development in the sense of being more of a leader and having more confidence still, because he's still got to work on that. You know what I'm saying?
Because
and even me being transparent, this Kenny's been working on it too. So I love how that comes full circle no matter what age you're at. And I love that where the guy was like, okay, Terry Silver's like, okay, we're going to do the leader and the follower or whatever. And we're going to see who can lead some shit, who's got what it takes. And I like how he was with the douchebag Asian dude, whatever the hell his name is. Kyler, thank you. I almost called him Kyle. But yeah, Kyler. That dude's like, okay, follow me, man. I got this shit, man. Just move my signal. And he sucks. He can't do shit. And Kenny's like, man, I got this shit, bro. And Terry Silver's like, yo, man, hit him with the Quicksilver, baby. Quicksilver method. Let's go.
Every time
when he hit him with that Quicksilver method, man, I was like, that's sick. Who'd have thought he was going to be... I'd be seeing... this character named Kenny learning the motherfucking Quicksilver method from Terry Silver, because when he first introduced Kenny, Terry wasn't even in there. So it's so crazy to see how that goes. But
dude, like Kenny fucked up a lot. He fucked up Hawk. He fucked up even Robbie with that one.
Yeah,
too.
Dude.
Like
I was like, hell yeah, Kenny.
Even Hawk was like, what the fuck? He got him like right in like pretty much where the sternum's at, and he was done. Like he
hit him with the special move, son.
Yeah, and then like that was like a finish. Like every time that went off, that was like a finisher. I'm like, Jesus fuck.
Like, did he just fuck up it? I was like, did he break his rib or something?
Wait, it's like,
did he collapse his chest, dude? Like, did you just kill somebody, Kenny?
Yeah, I was like,
you
Jesus.
Bastard. No.
He had his own special move technically, and then like
I love that. That was
you
cool.
even seen it with like Robbie towards like the season, now. Like Robbie was like trying to like not hurt him as much, but Kenny was full on like, no, fuck this, I'm gonna fuck you up. Then bam, that little knuckle came out of nowhere, and then like Robbie was pretty much done for the count.
I was like damn, you got Robbie too, bro. I was like, Kenny gonna be a bad motherfucker season 6, man. And I like that. I like how you never know sometimes with the younger cast, like anyone can get you, or the older cast, like anyone can get you at that moment. And stuff like that. So I loved everything going on with Kenny, man. Hawk, I liked how he's kind of still trying to find his identity, trying to find, his new thing going forward. So he's not trying to be a douche anymore, but he knows he can't be Hawk anymore because it's not necessarily working in the same way. He's like, I've moved past it. I'm going to find myself and stuff like that. He didn't get as much deep character development this season, but I think he's one of the most well-developed of the younger cast beforehand. So I don't think we needed to put as much focus on him. He's gone through a really big change.
Yeah, like throughout like the previous seasons, we've seen a lot of that development going on.
Yeah,
so like seeing that, like him not having too much development this season, it's fine because like we already see like the full establish of what Hawk is wanting to be like after the previous seasons, the way he gone through, and try to be like that, trying to be that cool, like calm, collective mindset that can fully use both forms, Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai, to have that perfect blend of both.
And I love that whole gray Jedi thing that's going on with the show, man. Last season with Sam, this season with Robbie and Hawk. I love the way that they're all kind of implementing these styles, and I think that's kind of the way that the show is going to go, and probably at the end of it, Cobra Kai, I bet you, will probably get defeated, it'll get disbanded, and everyone's going to come together, and they're going to form their own signature style of blending the different things together. So I love the way that keeps playing through, and I like how the themes in the seasons play through each one, and 5 does a greater job of doing that as well. Yeah, man, I mentioned Min, we mentioned Sam, we mentioned Miguel, Robbie, Kenny, who else we got, man? Who else we got have I not mentioned yet? Am I missing anybody?
There was Dimitri, but there wasn't like
he wasn't around too much, but I think that might have been a scheduling thing, or they just didn't want to use Dimitri too much. Oh, I got a character we haven't talked about that had some cool moments in there. Stingray.
Oh, Stingray.
I know, because it was. I like what they were doing though, because I like in the beginning he's kind of like, man, you a snitch, man. What the fuck, bro? I was riding with you, man. I wanted you in Cobra Kai. Now you're a bitch. I don't like you. And then I like how they had a little bit of redemption for him that actually felt kind of right, where they did the whole D&D thing where he's like, okay, he's being a dick to the guys, and then they all leave, and then everyone comes in like, hey, motherfucker, you gonna give us the information right now because we need proof, and you gonna spill the beans, bitch. And he was and then I like the way he did it. Because at first he's like, I can't do it. He's going to hurt me. And it makes sense, though, because he is kind of right. Like Terry Silver is gonna come fuck him up. So I was like, I mean, he is kind of stuck in that position now a little bit. But I like that he was like giving them the answers without giving it to him, using the analogy of the D&D characters. I was like, damn, you must be hanging out with the Duffer Brothers. Because you're doing the whole Stranger Things thing. But I love the way he's like, and the troll was afraid and didn't fit in and wanted to be accepted and things of that nature. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can get with that. So I like that Stingray was a snitch. He did kind of do some bad stuff, but I like that it comes from a place that's at least understandable without them making it like overly sympathetic and things like that. And it was fine. He wasn't like a major part of the thing. Doesn't need to be, but he was funny, like for sure. He was just as funny as he was the previous seasons, and he came in with the save, baby, at the last episode. I love that. He's taking Amanda and everybody over there to the dojo, so I like that they found a fun role for him to play. And give Johnny back his car, man.
Yeah, that's right.
the hell?
I think he's finally going to get it back.
He
for
better,
next season.
dude, Johnny better have his car back, or I'm legitimately going to hit up the guys that make Cobra Kai. I'm going to be like, hey, not trying to be a dick, but what the hell, guys?
What happened to
what the hell?
Car, dude?
Give Johnny back his car. I don't like this.
I think it was like Silver's way to just like poke fun at Johnny.
Oh, for sure.
This was your car? All right,
which was great. I had forgotten about the damn car, and I was like, oh, you're good, Terry. I like what you're doing. But yeah, I want that car, man.
Yeah, that car looks
You think they're going to
badass.
auction it off when the show's over?
Most
bet
likely. I think a lot of stuff they will auction off once.
Yeah,
like,
we got to
the
get rich
season's
quick,
done.
Skip. We got to get rich quick. We got to buy that.
Fuck, I gotta get done with my
I'll let you
schooling.
borrow it on the weekends now. Fuck it. But yeah, man. So we got Stingray, man. Just trying to make sure I don't miss any major characters or anything like that.
The younger,
Oh yeah,
Anthony.
Daniel San's youngest brother, Anthony. Almost
Yeah.
forgot about his last, man.
We
I like
seen
how he's
some-
turning over a new leaf now, and he's be like, yeah, I was being a shithead to Kenny, and Kenny's
Yeah.
like, yo, fuck you, dude. Like, I don't give a shit if you said sorry. He's just going full on Sith Lord, which I do think it's like, okay, Kenny, you beat him up a couple times, you can stop now.
you gotta relax, dude.
Yeah, just relax, bro. I get you. You should get his ass, that's for sure. But it's you got it already. Because
Yeah,
last
it's-
season
it's
I was
past
like,
due.
fuck yeah, when he was in the stall. I was like, fuck him up, man. Because
Oh
I've
my
been
God.
there, dude. I literally have been there. Where I had to
Yeah.
fucking just fuck up the goddamn bully because they just wouldn't leave me alone and I wasn't even doing anything to cause the shit to begin with. So sometimes you just got to go in there and fuck them up long enough and then they won't fuck with you no more.
Yeah.
Which I like the way they wrote that. But it's just like, damn, man, leave Anthony alone. But I like that
Yeah.
he's actually trying to learn now and he's trying to be a little better. And I don't need him to be a major character. I think his role perfectly fits in fine with where he's at. And I like that he at least has something to do now because in the first couple seasons, he was just the younger fat brother, you know? So I like that he at least has
like,
a
fit
role.
himself out, right?
Yeah.
And then, like he's more like I guess like within the brains, within the sense
exactly.
like kind of doing his own thing, which is
Like
cool.
Dimitri. I actually would like them two to kind of team up and do something like that next season. I think that'd be kind of a fun
That
little
would be cool.
dynamic.
For sure, yeah, because like both of them, they kind of are more of that brains type of characters.
Yeah, the man
and
in the chair, you know what I'm saying? The dude in
Yeah.
the chair, man.
The only difference is like Dimitri is like actually like I
Super
guess,
freaking genius, yeah.
Yeah, like he has that, and he already trained in the karate way. He's
Yeah.
not as great as the others, but he kind of
No, but he can handle himself, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was
He
cool
finally-
to see. I liked that. I like how
When
he
he
went
fi-
from such a little bitch to actually being willing to train. I liked that too earlier on. But
I
let me
think
see.
character wise, I'm trying
think
to
I hit
think out of the
everybody, didn't
kids.
I'm trying to make sure.
Let me
Trying to make
see.
sure I get all the main mains. We talked to Tori, man. I liked everything going on with her and Kreese and her trying to, feeling guilty about the tournament and everything like that, which I figured that was going to go down. She didn't feel like she earned the trophy, obviously, because she didn't, technically. And that was like eating her up inside and things like that. But you understand where she's coming from, man. She's like, I'm trying to pay these bills. My mom's over here dying and shit. So I like that.
they still bring that back.
Yeah.
because that's a huge part of the character, right? Like, I
And it
mean,
makes sense. It's like she does wrong things, but you get it. She's not a bad person. So that's what I like with it. She's an antagonist, not a villain. And I
Right.
like those kind of characters and stuff like that. And the way they kind of retroactively did that with Johnny and things like that, too. So I like that they bring that full circle. And I think her and Johnny actually would connect in a good way. Actually, I kind of hope they have scenes together more so in the future. Because I think that would be a dynamic that would really work.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see those two actually like. Just
I feel like they're
just,
very
the
similar.
Conversation. Yeah, because they are pretty much similar in a way, dealing with Cobra Kai in a sense too. So it's
And
really
then
cool
their
to see.
background and him losing his dad and her losing, possibly losing her mom and just the whole broken household
broken
thing
home.
and everything
Yeah.
like that. And I'm forgetting the legendary actor that played Johnny's dad, but he is no longer with us. Just wanted to say, let me
yeah,
get his
that's right.
name real quick, man. I gotta get his name because I just want to put some respect there, man. He's no longer with us, Johnny's stepdad and stuff. I was always wondering if he was ever gonna come back beforehand, but he is no longer with us. Cool.
Edward Asner.
Yes, thank you, Ed Asner. Thank you, the great late Ed Asner, man. So it was cool to see all that development with Johnny back in the day, and rest in paradise to him as well, and much love to his family and all that. Long life, long career, great stuff for sure. He has some more movies coming out. He's got like a whole bunch of movies still coming because he just kept making a lot of stuff. Yeah, so he's still got movies coming out, similar to Bruce Willis, but luckily he's still with us. But he's retired now. But yeah, so it was all really cool to see that, man. Yeah, and Miguel's mom, she's got the baby on the way. Miguel's gonna have a little sister, little brother, something like that. It's gonna be cool to see like Johnny being a dad like this time, like a dad with a baby. So that's gonna be so interesting and very weird,
And you also get to see like like more of a bonding between Miguel and Robbie pretty much because they officially have that now. Like,
so I hope they're like boys, next season. Like I really want to see that come together because they're going to be kind of step bros. So I think they should totally do that. Hey, step brothers. Someone's got to Photoshop that. Oh, I'm going to do that, dude. I'm so going to do that. I'm so doing that. Freaking step brothers, man. I got to do it. I've never done anything like that, but that's my first one. What's it called? So yeah, man, great stuff this season. Cobra Kai, it just gets better and better. It seems like, man, I don't know how they do it. Season 6, Setai Tekai Worldwide Tournament. It's gonna be fucking insane in the membrane, y'all. No copyrights, please.
Man, what do you think is gonna? What do you think is gonna happen next season? Like that's something that we didn't even try talking about off camera. Like,
oh yeah, man, we got to get into our speculation for the future. Kreese is gonna be back in full force, teaming up with the lady that just came into Cobra Kai now that was trained by Sung Dun-yo. Love that whole fucking tie-in. I tell you, these guys are just E-class, right? Alicia Hanna's character, Kim De-yeon. I hope she's back because I liked her a lot. She reminded me of like a really like an 80s version of like Lucy Liu or something. Like or 80s like villain version of her. So I hope she comes back, and her and Kreese I think are going to team up because they're both very sinister in that way. And I think Terry is going to be Hannibal Lectering, but I think he's going to get out before the season's over.
Right.
That's kind of where I think the villains are going.
Yeah, that's because I was trying to think. I'm like, we were trying to figure out like what they can do for
what's going to happen, kind of in like story wise, besides the tournament.
Yeah, because like the tournament's gonna be like the main point, but what about the B points, like the villains?
Exactly,
like,
what's going to be the B and the C and the D plots and things like that. Well, Johnny's doing dad mode, so we know that's probably going to be going on.
Oh, for sure.
Did they say how long the tournament was from that point?
I can't.
I'll have to look it up. But I don't know if there's going to be like months in between, so potentially the baby could be here, potentially not. We'll see.
I think probably a year's time frame.
I'm thinking they're going to jump a year because the show in real life, the production's not going to come for at least another year or so. So I think they'll probably jump forward a year because I think that's how it was going. I don't know. But potentially we could see Daddy Johnny right there. But I think one thing, like we were saying, I think Miguel and Johnny, Jesus. Miguel and Robbie, excuse me, I think they're going to be like training. I think they're actually going to be like really on the same page, and you're going to start to see like a friendship start to grow there.
That's going to be cool to see. I always thought those two would be their chemistry between the two. That would be awesome to see, to have it more developed, doing training, social wise.
Yeah, see a different side to their development, and see get as actors, see them get to play in a different way. Because I like the antagonistic relationship they were doing. They always sold it well. Yeah. So I always dug that. So it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. What do you think is going to happen with our girl Tori?
I think Tori.
You think she's going to switch sides, Miyagi-Do's?
She's for sure going to be there because like she like already towards like that last scene, she was like pretty much at the point of like she was already going to be like done with Cobra Kai, be with Robbie officially. And because like she was kind of being that double agent for Kreese. Like she wanted to leave there like a long time ago.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season,
Yeah, and then like Kreese was like, "Oh no, I know how it feels like to be infiltrating the enemy lines. You kind of had to like, it's gonna be tough to do." Yeah, and I think Tori's officially gonna be part of the Miyagi thing. I'm just gonna call it Miyagi thing or something like that for the name. That's been like That's been like a name that's been going around the internet to combine Eagle Fang and Miyagi Do.
Miyagi Fang, okay.
Miyagi Fang. I think she's gonna be part of that crew now, and she's gonna be like getting back with Robbie, kind of probably most likely build that whole relationship between herself and Sam.
Yeah, for sure. Because they'll start to kind of like get on the same page a little bit too. Because now they sort of are, and they kind of came to that mutual respect when they had that little skirmish for a minute. And she's like, "Yo, like what I'm saying, like I ain't done nothing wrong and shit. Fuck you, Sam. Like you ain't all perfect either." So I like that they're starting to come to that understanding in an organic way. So I think that's definitely kind of like them, like their boyfriends and then themselves or whatever. They're all kind of on the same trajectory in that sense. So that's going to be kind of cool.
officially. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm trying to think any other big predictions here. Yeah,
I
man.
I
Yeah. You think?
think
Do you think Barnes is coming back, or possibly a Hillary Swank or anything like that, or do you think we're just gonna stick with our Cobra Kai cast?
I I would like to see more of Barnes because like throughout this like
Yeah.
season, we only really got him like a very like small
Sporadically.
handful of times.
And I think
like
it
a
might have
little
been a
bit.
scheduling thing because I know he does like a lot of like soap operas and stuff like that. Sean
Right.
Kanan, the actor. But yeah, hopefully they can get him in there a little more because I did want a little more Mikey for sure.
Yeah, because like for him, like I always liked like his style of karate, and then like even like throughout the season, like
Yeah.
his interactions with the cast, I was great. I think with like the Daniel's villains like throughout like 1 through 3, Chosen,
Yeah.
but and then even with Johnny, like they all formed like a type of respect for Daniel, and like they always like talk up like uplifting like pretty much comments about like Daniel about like how he was as a character, how he's always stubborn, always standing up for like the right thing and stuff like that. No matter how many times he's been knocked down or the odds
Yep.
are against him, he was always there to at least trying to make a stand for himself or within the other people that he's trying to help out.
Like my boy Balboa says, it's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how you can get up.
Yeah,
And keep
dude.
fighting.
Yeah, like that's why I think it's cool to see a lot of like the trilogy like kind of pretty much villains kind of giving that respect to the main character throughout like
Yeah.
the years and stuff like
It's all
that.
coming full circle, man. I remember I had a bully in my childhood that I became great friends with. Still talk to him this day. Still
Dude,
talk to him today, man. We became
it-
great friends and everything like that, man. We used to hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
Dude rocks at me and shit. Like, you know, so, you know what I'm saying? So I like seeing that kind of stuff. It's it's relatable, you know, and I like because it's generally rare that you have a bully or someone in your past like that just carries over to adulthood. It's very rare.
Yeah, because like it's like a lot of growth. Like
Yeah,
for
they're not even the same person they were because they weren't happy with themselves and they realized that. So
Right.
it's rare. Like unless you get an asshole bully that's an adult, then that's kind of different. But
yeah, that's
they
like
exist, but you ain't gonna bully me. Trust me.
like yeah, like at that point, if you're an adult, like you just got it's just there's ways for you to deal with that pretty much at that point. I think
Exactly.
when you're kids, it's like more of like you don't really know what to do.
I don't want to
'cause
get in
you're so-
trouble. And all
Yeah.
that shit.
But I think it's with Barnes. I do want to see him a lot more for sure next season. As for other appearances, I think that's
Pretty much it, huh?
pretty much it. Like Chosen for sure is going to be there.
Hell
Kimiko,
yeah, you better
Kimiko
be.
for sure is going to be within the next
Oh
season.
right!
At least for a
Hell
little
yeah!
bit
They
for
got to bring it
Chosen.
full circle and get my man his lady for
Yeah,
sure. They got to do
because
that.
I think that would be a great ending arc for Chosen himself.
Oh,
Like,
that'd be cool.
that would be awesome to see. But
Hell yeah, I like
I think besides those two, I think that's mainly it. I think right
Yeah.
now they got all the characters that they want to use. Just finish off like I don't know how many seasons they're gonna do. That's like another thing we talked about.
Yeah, because
like,
they know they're saying 6, and I ain't heard no 7 or 8. So I'm hoping this is our end game of the situation here.
yeah, like I think 6 it will be great. I think at this
Mm-hmm.
point, just introduce characters we already know of from the past seasons, kind of like resolve a lot of the character like
Yep.
developments that we've seen throughout the previous seasons. Deal with the big tournament, have that big tournament style. Can't wait to see that and just really
Oh,
close
man.
out the whole this like the series overall.
If that's half as
within
good
that.
as this finale, bro, I'm gonna probably pass out. Oh my
Yeah.
lord, I can't handle it. Jeez, man. But yeah, fucking Cobra Kai, man, it just never dies, bro. It never fucking dies. 1 out of
always
10.
exciting.
What are you giving season 5, man?
Damn, I haven't. Let me think. Fuck. I would give it like
Like, I know mine.
I would say I'm stuck between like an 8.4 or an 8.5. I'll say 8.4. I'll say
Okay,
8.4
okay.
for me for sure.
I'm
What
going.
about you?
I'm going big. I'm going big.
Oh, I'm already looking at the 9s. I already know it's
Yep.
gonna be like a
You already
solid
know you.
90s. So I'm
Yep.
like,
I was gonna say 9 out of 10, baby. 9 out
9
of
out of
10. I
10.
mean, it's just. I mean, if it wasn't for just the over the top stuff, honestly, like if I have to look at it in that kind of way, it's like at times it's a little too silly. Like, okay, get the eye patch out of there. Let's relax here.
For
And they were
sure.
sort of spinning their wheels for a minute in episode 4 or 3. But overall, it's excellent shit, man. So I gotta go 9. Like, if I'm really this positive on something and I can't find any really major issues with the season, which I don't really have any major issues, I gotta go with that, man. It's damn near flawless. It's like season 1 and season 5 like fighting for the top spot right now, like to the death, man. Because it's like that season had like very little issues, if any, and this one's the same thing. It's like, damn.
Yeah, I think honestly, if it wasn't like the over the topness, I would give it like a solid 8.8. Like that would be like it'll be close to the 9 for sure if it wasn't for that. But yeah, no, like there was like some episodes it was kind of like how you mentioned, like kind of spinning the wheels, kind of like not really in a sense kind of going anywhere,
right?
But also in this like some characters like I thought it was kind of goofy. Some scenes was kind of goofy, like a little bit of the water park. I felt like it was kind of goofy.
Yes, I'm with you
times,
there. That was kind of
sure.
some of my stuff too.
But I think other than that, like I think I like.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't like that part of the show. All right, I'm gonna go 8.8. I'm gonna go 8.8.
8.8. Oh damn.
Yeah, no, I forgot about that because I really was like, oh my gosh, dude. Other than like the Miguel Sam thing, I was like, okay, dude, this is really like very repetitive.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch this shit anymore. God damn it. A water slide race? Come on. What are we doing here?
And they end up like poking the thing. I was like, all right, dude, this is
getting silly.
I'm like, like you already know Tori's gonna win regardless because like she's gonna be lighter than Eli already.
Exactly.
So at that point, it's like it makes no sense.
I know. I was like, so yeah. My bad. I forgot that episode was kind of the one where I was like, God damn it, we were on a good run right now.
Yeah.
But that was like the one episode. But every other episode to me was just top notch. So yeah, I'm gonna go 8.8. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, 8.8. Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, because if I'm gonna go 9, it's got to be like I like every episode. So I don't like that episode. So I gotta go 8.8.
Yeah. I think our scores are pretty great. 8.8, 8.4.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's still high as hell, man.
It's pretty. It's up there. It's
one of the best seasons of television this year.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff, y'all. But we want to hear from you in the comments, man. Y'all have been so great about that lately, letting us know what you think about the films and things we're discussing. Did you love this season? Did you think we're tripping balls and this is the worst season of them all? Do you think it's way too over the top? Do you even like The Karate Kid? Are you like Miguel and you prefer the remake because you're crazy? Let us know what you
he liked the freaking remake?
Yeah. Like
what
I said, this
fuck?
boy. Like I said, man, we're gonna have to tie him to a chair like Clockwork Orange and make him watch the original trilogy, man.
I tell you, dude. That's insane, bro.
This boy's crazy. But yeah, man, so we gonna have to fix that someday. But we want to hear what you guys think about Cobra Kai Season 5 down below in the comments. What do you think's gonna happen in the future? Do you love Chosen half as much as we do? We want to hear from y'all. And once again, I just want to say, thank you so fucking much, guys, for every one of you 63 subscribers, man. You've all been so great. It's great having you guys a part of the community and everyone that supports the show. And also, if you're not even subscribed, and I want to give a shout out to everyone I've been talking to on Instagram, everyone I've been talking to on Twitter. You guys have been so supportive. You guys have been showing so much love to the show. All you ladies as well, they've been showing love to the show. Thank you so much, man. It really means the world to me, man. I know some of you guys are personal friends and people I've known for a long time, but this project means the world to me. It means the world to Skips. It means the world to all of us here at Fandom Frequency. So thank you so much for supporting us, guys. It really means the world, and without you, this would go nowhere.
Yeah, for sure. Well said, dude. Well said. I can't even top that.
But yeah, it was weighing on my head yesterday, man. I was just like, everyone's just been so awesome, man, doing this thing, and you just keep fueling the fire and passion we have for doing this, and it just creates this fun thing that we're trying to do here, man. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys, today, and we're gonna see you guys again real soon. All the rest of the month, it's horror motherfucking time, y'all. Y'all see the lights back there? I forgot to put the lights on. Damn it. What's wrong with me?
This is your time,
yeah,
bro.
Spooky season, y'all. If you haven't already seen it, we got a From Dusk Till Dawn review that's up right now, and we also talked about Rob Zombie's The Monsters, which was a horror in and of itself. So make sure you check that out if you haven't already.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great horror content coming all month long, and we're gonna be covering all the new shit that comes out too. Halloween Ends, Werewolf by Night, Terrifier 2. And any other great horror goodness that I can think of, man. So we're going to be covering all that stuff. But don't forget, we got weekly recaps 3 times a week right now. Mondays, House of the Dragon. Wednesdays, we got Andor. And then we're coming back from the galaxy far, far away. And we're going into the multiverse. And we're kicking it with She-Hulk on Thursdays. So make sure you don't miss any of those weekly recaps for those TV series, man. We've been having a lot of fun doing them. And y'all have been great supporting that. So any final words, any parting things you want to let the people know, man, before we sign off?
if anything, we are going to be releasing like the Werewolf by Night on Friday. We're going to be doing a review on that
Keep
coming
your
up.
eyes peeled. Werewolf by Night on October 7th. It's going up.
Yes, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what Marvel's gonna be doing.
Hell
but
yeah.
excited to see that. But other than that, it's always the same thing for me. Just stay mentally and physically strong. Have a great upcoming days for you, and hopefully you get to see our future episodes in the near future.
Most definitely, man. If this is the first time coming, you've been here before. We love you. We appreciate you. Stay tuned. Don't sleep. And don't forget, you better strike first, strike hard. No mercy, yo.
Right
Punch my
on.
camera.